This is section 8.7b, problem number 8. And it wants us to find the 7th term of the expansion of x squared minus 2y to the 11th power. So the first thing we have to start with is that our n value is this exponent. So let's go ahead and write that our n value is 11. So n is 11. And that's pretty easy. Now the k value is a little bit harder to understand, but we're looking for the 7th term. So our k value is not 7, but what our k value is 7 minus 1. And that has to do with on Pascal's triangle with that row 0. So for the k value, we take 7 minus 1 and we get 6. So n is 11 and k is 6. Now looking at the formula, we need the combination n over k. So remember our n is 11 and our k is 6. So we need the combination of 11 over 6 times the first term of the binomial, which is the a. The first term of our binomial is x squared. So we've got parentheses x squared. And then we're raising that to the n minus k power, which will be the 11 minus 6 power, times our second term. Now our second term in this problem is the negative 2y. So we're raising a negative 2y to the k power, and k is 6. So there it is. All right, now we got to do our math. So let's start with the combination 11, choose 6. So remember that that's the top number, which is 11 factorial, over the bottom number, which is 6 factorial, times the 11 minus 6 factorial. That gives us 11 factorial, which is 11 times 10 times 9 times 8 times 7 times 6 factorial, over 6 factorial times 5 factorial. All right, now the next part is just doing some reducing. So first of all, I can reduce the 6 factorial and the 6 factorial. Then I'm going to rewrite 5 factorial as 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. So 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. Now that 5 factorial is gone because I've rewritten this 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. Now let me start with the 4 times the 2. 4 times 2 is 8. So those will reduce with this 8. So that 8 is gone, and that 4 and that 2 is gone. All right, now the 5 and the 10 will reduce. The 5 and the 10 will reduce. So this 5 is gone, and this 10 becomes a 2, because 5 times 2 is 10. And then we can reduce the 3 with the 9, and the 3 is gone, and the 9 becomes a 3. So now we've got 11 times 2 times 3 times 7, and if you multiply that out, you get 462. So this 11 choose 6 is 462. So I'll put that right there. Then we've got x squared to the 11 minus 6 power is 5, times, now we need a negative 2y to the 6th power. Well, negative 2 to the 6th power ends up being a positive 64, and then y to the 6th power. All right, now we've got 462 times 264, and we'll put that in a calculator, and we get 29,568. Then we've got x squared raised to the 5th power. That's the power to the power rule. So x squared to the 5th power is x to the 10th power because you multiply those exponents. And then you've got a y to the 6th power, and that's the answer.